coming on to talk about sports and more specifically MLB from CBS Sports. He covers the MLB, Danny Vietti.
Somebody's going to beat the Cleveland Browns this year. Is it going to be another opponent, or is it going to be the Cleveland Browns? That's their storyline, and the season will answer that story.
Well, my prediction preseason, because we always have to do that at ESPN, give us your predictions, make us look like idiots, was Astros and Nationals, with the Astros winning. Given the fact that both those teams still look like they're in the mix for that eventuality, I'm going to stick with that, Astros and Nationals, with Astros winning.
Play action is going to take himself around the left big hole 40, 35, 30, cuts it upfield, spin move 20, action Jackson 10, and dancing into the end zone. Touchdown Ravens. Has time launching it down the middle of the field, caught at the 20, Sammy Watkins 10, walking into the end zone, and the Chiefs are going to be going to Miami. What's going on, Sportscaster, YouTube, and beyond? Thanks for watching this video. I'm Yosef Masinter, and I hope you're having a great day or night as I welcome you into episode 18 of the Ravens vs. Browns Week 14 Deep Dive, where I go through every play of that game, talk about what happened, why it happened, should it have happened, who messed up, who excelled, and a whole lot more. This was absolutely the best game of the season, and for a whole bunch of reasons. Playoff implications, stars making big-time plays, big-time plays making stars, and of course, dramatic Hollywood-esque ending. Well, actually, just a dramatic Hollywood ending as well. We'll get to the end of the game eventually. But before we get to the continuing on in the fourth quarter, make sure you check out my podcast, Sports with Yosef. You can check it out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your podcast. That's Sports with Yosef. Check out all the episodes there, as well as checking out all the episodes in this series, whether that be on YouTube, Sport or Sportscaster, sportscastr.com, username YosefM613. Check out all of my articles. I write for Rocky and Meisty and Flurry Sports currently. I've written for a whole bunch of sites in the past. Check them out. It's a lot to remember, though, and I get that. Well, I made it easy for you by creating a website, yosefm613.com, where you can subscribe and get email updates every time I post new content. yosefm613.com. You can actually check out this video series. It's embedded in the videos page. No, you have no excuse to not check it out. And while you're on your computer, if you've got a Twitter account, please give me a follow. Username, well, how do you guess it? YosefM613. All right, Ravens had the ball. Trace McSorley in for Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson in the locker room with cramping, and it is a 3-and-out, albeit a whole Olivier Vernon batting down a pass, and then Hollywood Brown just letting a pass slide right through his hands. Browns have the ball, an incompletion, then a 12-yard completion, a 5-yard run, and that is where we are. As we have the ball for a 2nd down and 5 at their own 47-yard line. 11:27 to go, or will be when this ball is snapped. Ravens up 34-28 on top of the Browns. Mayfield, he'll start off under center. It's Kareem Hunt still in the game, and he will take this one to the right side and bang his way across the 50-yard line. A pickup of 7 and a 1st down. A couple of Ravens there to make the stop, including Chuck Clark and Derek Wolfe. And just watch it, hurdling his right tackle, Jack Conklin, to pick up the big yardage. All right, right off the bat, first thing I'm noticing, it is good to see him. Marcus Peters is back in the game. He gave up the touchdown on the last drive for the Browns. He looked like he had an issue with whether their ankle, leg was tough to tell. He got beat as he went to the ground in agony. He's back out on the field. That's going to make the Ravens' life just a little bit easier, because you could see that the Browns were trying to target Anthony Levine, Devontae Harris, some of those backups. So we're still going to be seeing Devontae Harris. Not on this play, though. As you see, it's 13 personnel, which means 1 running back, 3 tight ends, 1 wide receiver. Heavy football, big smash mouth football, typical AFC North football. And doing it on the ground on this play to pick up the 1st down and more. Kareem Hunt's still in. Again, he's the guy they want to throw the ball to a lot, and he's normally on these passing situations. I don't know why the scores are showing, but I mean, that's where they generally like they like having Hunt in on passing plays. So I guess they're keeping him in here just to keep on trying to show passing plays while they're going on the running play. And let's take a look. And what has been the prototypical running play for the Cleveland Browns been? Well, it's been combined with a play action naked bootleg fake. What are they gonna do right here? Watch Baker Mayfield. He's gonna roll out, and he gets a couple of, and he's going to get Yannick Ngakoue. Watch number 91 right here, Yannick Ngakoue. And he's going to cut towards Baker Mayfield. He's going to say, oh no, I'm going the wrong way. Oh, no, I was going the right way, but I just made myself look silly. And that is what we talked about this time and time again. Something the Browns, I don't know if it was something they said, hey, this is something, we see a weakness in this Baltimore's outside linebacking corps, and we think we can attack it. I don't know if it was something, hey, we think this is a strength. I don't know if it was something more on the lines of, look, we know Baker holds onto the ball too long. Let's force him to throw the ball eventually when we roll him to the sideline, or give him the time to throw with the naked bootleg. So the naked bootleg does a great job of giving quarterbacks time to throw. I don't know what it was that caused Kevin Stefanski to go so heavily to it, but the entire running game is predicated around this naked bootleg. The passing game is predicated around this naked bootleg. This Browns offense in this game has been all about the naked bootleg. Having the quarterback out, no lineman in front to block, and this time they give it to running play. But hey, you trick one or two guys a play, that's all you'll need. That's the difference between a 3-yard gain and a 5-yard gain. Albeit Yannick Ngakoue is on the far side of the field, he would not have been making a difference on this play. Okay, let's take a look at this step by step. And we're going to start here. You'll see the tight end Harrison Bryant. He's going to be coming in to block. Looks like he'll be taking on number 32, Deshaun Elliott. He's just getting in his way, pushing Elliott to the outside, using his body as leverage, and Elliott's just saying, okay, I've gained a lot of yardage here towards the play, but this play is over. I can get stopped right here. Next man up is Jedrick Wills. He's going to try to get inside of Derek Wolfe. Doesn't really work. And then tries to submarine Derek Wolfe. That doesn't work as well. Watch Derek Wolfe come across here. He's going to be part of making this tackle. He's going to put a hit on Kareem Hunt there, along with Patrick Queen and Chuck Clark. And what do I mean by submarine? You see how Jedrick Wills right here, I'm going to draw something towards his helmet. That's his helmet right there. That's Wills. What he's trying to do what I mean by submarine is he's basically trying to, I mean, I guess not really like a submarine would, but he's trying to take the feet out from under Derek Wolfe. And it's one of those plays where sometimes it's worth it, sometimes it's not, and sometimes it's definitely a strategy that teams use. The issue with it is when you submarine a player is you're going to the ground as well. You're basically just diving at their feet and hoping they trip over you. And most of the time that's what's going to happen when you do it right. Now, the issue is you're now trading one for one. You're trading one defender for one offensive lineman, which sometimes is a good trade and sometimes is not a good trade because you can see guys getting to the second level and trying to put blocks on different other people. That's kind of part of it also. So it is a trade-off with submarining. They do try to submarine Wolf on this play. Derek Wolfe saying, no, thank you. Joel Bitonio, he's going to take on linebacker Malik Harrison after kind of getting pushed. Jedrick Wills kind of pushed into him, and he's not going to get much of anything. As you see Malik Harrison, he's racing across as well. He's doing a good job of chasing down the ball carrier. Well done there. Next man up, it's the center, J.C. Treader. He's going to be working against number 71, Justin Ellis. And Ellis, he's fighting over. He's trying to get over, but he can't. He's just out of arm's reach. Good job by Ellis. Generally good blocking here. I mean, aside from Derek Wolfe, but this is good blocking here by Cleveland. Next up, Wyatt Teller. He's going to be, and Wyatt Teller is going to be part of a double team on Calais Campbell right here. Watch Calais Campbell, number 93. Jack Conklin, Wyatt Teller, quick double team, quick down block, get into the second level for Conklin, but watch Calais Campbell. This is where this gap is designed. Campbell gets a hand on him, on Hunt, but not enough to bring him down. And watch number 78, Jack Conklin. As you see, this is where they want to run the ball right here. Just a quick down block on Campbell, and now he's going to get into second level. He's going to take on Patrick Queen. And Queen's going to stay on his feet while Conklin does not. And Queen part of bringing down the elusive Kareem Hunt. Next man up is going to be tight end David Njoku. He is going to be part of a double team on Tyus Bowser. Now he's going to get into the second level against Marcus Peters. Both of these guys seal their edge, and this is what the Ravens can't afford to do. Because technically, I guess look, when you draw it up on film, if you're drawing this up as a defensive coordinator, you always run the risk of overcomplicating. There are a couple of different things you could have done to try to prevent the edge. One thing you have to do, though, is have someone go into this gap. Well, first off, Calais Campbell has to set the edge. I think that's the first step. Calais Campbell right here has to get up the field. You saw how his body was angled the wrong way, how the Browns defender was closer to Kareem Hunt than Calais Campbell was. That's good blocking by Cleveland, but to be able to beat this play, Calais Campbell's got to get up the field, set the edge, and force Kareem Hunt to cut back inside or take a tackle. The next step is going to be you're going to have to obviously set the outside edge. Someone's going to have to be out here. Normally, I would say that'd be Marcus Peters because you're the cornerback in this situation. So you're going to set the outside edge and make sure this run can't be bounced outside the numbers. You also are going to want to probably have someone crash inside here and, get into that backfield and disrupt Kareem Hunt. Now, you could theoretically have a guy like Chuck Clark get up there. The issue with Clark is he's kind of far away, and if there's a cutback and he's all the way up here, and Kareem Hunt's starting to go this way, well, you're going to be in big-time trouble. You kind of want Chuck Clark just to kind of stay neutral with Kareem Hunt or attack, or to see where the hole is and attack it. And that's what Clark is going to do, as you'll see here. He's going to... Oh, he's going to... Right now, watching Hunt, where are you going? Where are you going? Okay, I see the hole, and now I'm going to try and plug it. But he's too far away to plug. He does get a hit on Kareem Hunt, and there to make the stop. Let's take a... I talked about the Calais Campbell thing, but watch right here. Watch Calais Campbell. He's on the wrong side of the hole. Where's the hole? Let's find my shader, my highlighter. Here's the hole right here. And you see Calais Campbell is farther from the hole than the guy blocking him, and that's exactly what you're trying to do if you're wide teller. So, props to the entire Cleveland line here. Barring, I would say, the Derek Wolfe, this is just pretty solid blocking to get the 7-yard gain. The Ravens defense has been on the field a lot recently because you had the Browns earlier. They marched down the field and got a touchdown. Ravens' offense was only on the field for 3 plays. And now the Browns look like they're starting to get a long drive together. Is the Ravens' defense tired? Is that a reason why they're giving up so many plays? It's a very real possibility. And that is one of the things you, as a defensive coordinator, as an offensive coordinator, you have to think about. And one thing that the Ravens' defense was so good about, really got to enjoy in 2019 because the Ravens' offense was so good at, is Ravens were just dominating time of possession, and the defense was very fresh every play. They got off the field quickly, don't get me wrong, but what they also did was not have to be on the field all that much. And that was not the case in the 2020 season for the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens' offense, they weren't as good as time of possession. A whole lot of reasons for that. Absolutely a discussion for another time. I believe the conversation starts with Greg Roman. With that said, it's just a byproduct of this season, and especially of this game. Ravens defense on the field a lot. Well, part of what that means is, yes, they're going to be tired, and I think it might have showed up a little bit, starting to show up just a little bit late in this game. Defense, someone's defense has to come up with a big play. Ravens defense came up with a big interception earlier. Well, Lamar Jackson's out for who knows how long. Ravens defense, if they want to win this game, it's going to have to be because they come up with a play or a miracle happens offensively. As we watch this play for the last time, and we now move on. Ball at the Ravens' 46-yard line. Browns, they are trying to get this, a touchdown will tie this game up, extra point pending. Offset eye right here. Hands it off. Nick Chubb, he is in for the first time this drive, and he will bang his way out for a gain of 3 yards. Chuck Clark, Patrick Queen there to end that run. Offset eye to the right. Run's going to go to the weak side left. Is it really the weak? It is the weak side, but you saw the pull coming in. I couldn't tell it was pulling, but we will take a look and break this play down. Okay, let's start. let's start with just the basic stuff and the pull by number 89, Stephen Carl. Okay, never mind. There's a whole lot going on here. Watch how everyone's just going to this side. There's no misdirection on. There is misdirection on this play, but not up front. On the offensive line, everyone is committed to one hole right over here. Everyone is committed to blocking it. They're not, unlike the Ravens offense rushing attack, they're not trying to show two different blocking holes and all that great stuff. This is one hole, and they're going to block everything about it. The ultimate misdirection, the misdirection they've been running all game. Naked bootleg, yes, no, maybe. Look at Marcus Peters. He'll put a hit on Baker Mayfield. This was a play, actually, where they weren't trying. I don't think they were trying to run the naked bootleg. They weren't trying to fake it. And the reason I think so is watch Baker Mayfield. He doesn't seem to try to be running there. Right over here, he's not exactly trying to turn and go like this. He kind of just following the play. That makes me think they were not trying to fake the naked bootleg. Marcus Peters taking no chances, getting a hit on Baker Mayfield. Hey, if you can pull it off, I mean, a defensive player, they're going to take their chance to get a free hit at a quarterback, albeit not much of a hit, which is why there is no penalty on the play. With that said, so none of this, so it doesn't look like much of the naked bootleg, but there's a whole lot of other stuff going on in this play, and let's take a look starting with David Njoku, far left for the Browns offense. Pernell McPhee right by him. David Njoku fakes blocking Pernell McPhee. Watch this. Watch the fake. He's going to make a quick step and look at Pernell McPhee. Now he's going to get to the second level. He's going to take on a Malik Harris. No, his goal is to take on Patrick Queen. His goal is to take on Patrick Queen. Let's explain why. And this is a very complicated running play. So I want to see if I can. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull this off. Let's go through it step by step, and then I'm going to see if I can draw this out. Yeah, that's where I'm not sure if I'll be able to pull it off. Not much of an artist. But you're going to see right over here, quick fake here, and he's going to go and take on Patrick Queen. This is the guy he's going to be blocking, and the block will end up being more like right there. But it's actually a pretty good block from David Njoku. Malik Harrison, he thinks he's going to be engaging with Njoku, and then no. You see Njoku, part of a wall. I can't pause it. Part of a wall right over here. Look at just this wall of Cleveland defenders blocking this side of the hole. There are no Ravens past there. That is a good job of blocking by Njoku and the rest of that Cleveland part of the offensive line. And let's take a look at the next man over. It's Jedrick Wills, the left tackle. And he's going to be part of a double team on Justin Madubuike right here. And along with, I believe, actually, Wills is now going to get into the second level and help out on Patrick Queen. Wills is right over there. He's not really going to do all that much. Tries to get to second level, doesn't do much. The next guy, though, Joel Bitonio, after the quick, same thing as last time, this quick down block. Ravens used to have the tackle do a quick down block when they were in the pistol. They don't do it out of the shotgun. It's just a quick block here and then continue down the field to block the next man. And so, but Joel Bitonio, he's going to really be working with Justin Madubuike right here. And Madubuike, part of this wall of Ravens that do not get through. Madubuike kind of pushes his way through it at the end, though. Watch Madubuike. He keeps on fighting. He keeps on trying to get out in front of Nick Chubb, and he does. It's a good job there by Madubuike. Next man up, it is J.C. Tretter. Tretter is going to work against Justin Ellis. Ellis is going to kind of get smushed up again in part of this wall. Tretter's very tough to see, but Tretter still with Justin Ellis. Now Ellis is going to dive in here and try and touch Nick Chubb. Great job by Justin Ellis. Great job by this Ravens from Madubuike, Ellis. Great effort. They do not give up. They keep on fighting. They keep trying to make this play, and that's why this is only a 3-yard gain. Next man up, it is Wyatt Teller. What is the first thing that is striking to me is that Wyatt Teller is pulling. We see the Ravens do this all the time, right? Well, I believe, and I did not go back and check every play, but I believe this is the first time we've seen the Browns pull all game. And initially you saw me being a little bit confused with why was David Njoku not blocking Malik Harrison. He's going to Patrick Queen. Well, here's why. They've got a tight end. They've got two guys coming into the hole to come take on blockers, one of which will be Malik Harrison. And you can watch Wyatt Teller here. He's taking on Pernell McPhee, and Steven Carlson's gonna come in here, and he's gonna take on Malik Harrison. Malik Harrison, look how he's not giving up an inch. Now he's gonna be hit backwards, but for a good second there, he was just holding his ground. Look at the Ravens swarming on this ball. Great job here by the Ravens. Very good fight, not trying to give up any more yardage than they have to. Derek Wolfe, he's the next man we'll take a look at. He's going to be lined up against Jack Conklin. He's going to go to this gap, which Teller vacates. Conklin's going to slide over and stays in front of Wolfe the whole way. And I've lost Wolfe in this melee. As Tyus Bowser, he'll work against Harrison Bryant. You see Steven Carlson, he'll come up and take on Malik Harrison. Marcus Peters, okay. What did we talk about last time on running plays to the? Is how one guy's gonna have to get up the field and and not let this play get outside. Kind of what Marcus Peters might be trying to do right here. Albeit it's kind of a weird angle. He's really attacking the stinky bootleg. He plays instinctually, and that is one of the things that makes him a boomer bust player. His instincts told him to go in, and well, he was wrong on this one. Tyus Bowser not really blocked up there by Harrison Bryant, but on the opposite side of the formation, not much you're going to be able to do. Now let's look at the guys who made the tackle. Patrick Queen, Chuck Clark. Queen, you see Clark coming up here. Hold on, I want to go back. I want to make this full speed for a second. Clark, he had to wait. You saw how Clark waited to see who has the ball right here. See how he's not moving yet? He's still saying, okay, who do I go to? Okay, now I go. Now I go. Now I go up there. Waiting. I don't know why they gave Clark credit for this tackle. Oh, it's very hard angle to see. Let's see if we can get a better angle from here of what's going on. Because just look at Nick Chubb just pushing the pile. You can see Patrick Queen and Chuck Clark right over there. Very tough to see from the other angle. Let's stay on this top-down angle. You see Patrick Queen right there. He comes around from the backside to help make this tackle. Carlson out in front. Chubb does a good way pushing the pile. Good chase by Patrick Queen. And one other guy I want to look at right here, Deshaun Elliott. Let's watch Elliott for a second. Backpedaling. He was kind of also fooled by this play action. You see how he's backpedaling? He thinks it's a passing play. Oh, wait. I'm 10 yards deeper than where I should be on this. And he starts to come in. Ravens, they're not letting either this play or the last one. I mean, literally the last 2-3 running plays for the Browns. They've not let the Browns bounce it outside. So good job there by the Ravens edge. You have to see Brandon Williams on this drive. Williams, you normally see him in to stop the run. Ravens probably figuring that Browns are going to be passing the ball, but as they're rushing, you're seeing his presence being missed there up front for the Ravens. Let's watch this play one last time. Marcus Peters coming in on the blitz. I mean, I've got to think that's a cornerback blitz. It's either that or he's just playing instinctually. It really could be either one. Now, just want Peters. As soon as the snap, he's going in, which makes me think maybe it's a cornerback blitz. Zone cornerback blitz, probably. Zone blitz, something of the like. As the Browns, that will put them in a 2nd down and 7. Nick Chubb stays in as they will empty it out here. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Mayfield looking left, throwing left. Higgins. He will get 8 on the play. Well, guess who they went after? Guess who they targeted? Guess who Baker Mayfield looked at the entire time? It is Devontae Harris. a weak point in the Ravens secondary. Whole lot of interesting stuff going on here on this play. And we're going to start off by obviously personnel, one running back, one tight end, nickel defense. Now, I've talked about this before, we'll talk about it again. Tyus Bowser, he's a Sam linebacker. He drops back into coverage. He normally will be responsible for covering the tight end. Well, when exactly he's lined up on the weak side here, there's no tight end here. Young Ngakwe, he never covers a tight end. He is lined up on the strong side here. Ravens flipping the linebackers, and that's gonna be there's gonna be a couple of interesting pieces to this, because first off, where are Bowser and Ngakwe going? Bowser, pointing Baker Mayfield. Ngakwe comes in, Bowser does not, and Bowser's gonna do pretty much the same thing he did on the interception. Number one, this is zone. Let's get that very straight, very clear. Bowser is not responsible to take anyone in man. It's probably something on the lines of, however bad these drawings are, this is probably what the zone is for the Ravens. This is what the zone is for the Ravens. Tyus Bowser, he's in a similar place as he was on his interception. Remember, on the interception, the pass went to the outside as well, but Bowser was able to was just right there to make the play. This time, it was no interception. And look, Mayfield, he was looking at Higgins all the way. Why? It's a comeback route. This is exactly where he wants, right here, Higgins. He knows that's the matchup he wants. He knows he wants to target Devontae Harris, and that is what he does on this play. Let's take a look at the route combo here. Been a while since we've had a passing play. First passing play this video, which it's tough to tell, but it's probably something on the lines of, oh, I don't know what I just did. I think I closed. Yeah, I closed it. Oops. Come back. Post. Someone's going to come across here. And then we've just got, it might be Njoku comes, I think it's Njoku comes across. Then we got a couple deep routes. Probably this will turn back into a comeback or something like that. Mayfield, look, pre-snap, you see him over here. He's pointing at Patrick Queen saying, hey, Patrick Queen, he's blitzing. Now, he gets this wrong because Queen does not. Let's see how that affects the line. You see J.C. Treader barking out different signals saying, okay, who's taking who? They identified the wrong guy who's coming in. Now, let's take a look at this Browns protection. How is that going to affect it? I'll tell you how it's going to affect it. It affects it right over here. Now, watch Wyatt Teller right over. He's going to immediately he looks at Patrick Queen saying, oh, you're not coming in. Okay, I'm going to stick with Matabike if I need to. And let's take a look at the line. We'll go through this. First off, we're going to have a corner blitz coming from up top. Watch Marlon Humphrey right here. He's going to come in, he's going to stunt around, he's going to get into the backfield. This is just a good blitz by Humphrey. And he's going, and just watch him, it's kind of a pseudo stunt. They've got two on here. It's Jack Conklin. He's going to have to block two different guys. Why? Because they identified the wrong man. Wyatt Teller, he's not out here. He's inside because he's worried about Patrick Queen. Yannick Ngakoue, Marlon Humphrey. It's a 2-on-1 against Jack Conklin. Ravens are going to win this battle. Ngakoue is just going to run into Conklin. Both of these guys pretty much come free, except Ngakoue is then sealed up by Wyatt Teller. And Humphrey into the backfield, but ball out of the hand already. Mayfield expecting blitz you got where the blitz was coming from wrong, but knowing he has to get the ball out quickly. Matabike, he's going to be pretty much blocked up here by J.C. Treader, and mainly J.C. Treader, a little bit of help from Wyatt Teller. Next man up, it's Justin Ellis. Still no Brandon Williams. Let's skip forward just a little bit. Here we go. He's going to be going up against Joe Batonio. Not much penetration. Derek Wolfe, he gets a hand up on this one. Watch Derek Wolfe working against Jedrick Wills all the way on the outside here. Derek Wolfe, a guy when coming into the season, if you watched film of him, you knew that he could line up at the 0 tech and he could line up all the way to the 4 tech. He has a lot of range, and Wink Martindale taking advantage here, lining him way outside of where a prototypical interior defensive lineman will line up. Wolf, he's able to do it. Gets the hand up, almost gets that ball down. Knocks that one down, trying to return the favor, which Olivier Vernon did on the Ravens' possession. And Higgins, and he's just going to fight his way forward. Easy pitch and catch. It's a great route just watch this route by Rashard Higgins. He's just going to cut back, and look how far off Devontae Harris is. It's just a great job. Quick release by Baker Mayfield, immediately getting the ball out of there. And on 2nd and 7, you pick up 8. That's enough to get a first down, move the chains. And just like that, the Browns are going to be at the Ravens' 35-yard line. This is exactly what the Browns needed. And watch a little bit figuring out, okay, communication. Who's got who's got where. Immediately looking left side, taking advantage of the left side, taking advantage of Devontae Harris. That seems to be part of a specific attack that the Browns have been devising. It's what you do. You pick on the weakest man, and that is what they are doing in the Ravens secondary. Good tackle, though, by Harris. Only giving up 2 yards after the catch. The issue was he gave up 6 before the catch. As now inside of 10 minutes, Brandon Williams, you see him right over there. He is back in. First time this drive. Nick Chubb in the game. All kinds of motion. Handoff. Chubb picking his way through defenders. Looked like Patrick Queen had a shot at him. We'll take a closer look. And that is a gain of 6. Justin Matabike, shot clock. They'll get credit for the tackle. Yeah, Queen definitely had a shot. We're gonna obviously we'll dissect this play, talk about what happened, why it happened, should it have happened, who messed up, and who excelled in a whole lot more. You know the spiel. Let's take a look, and as always. Okay, so the first thing I should say as I was going to say, as always, we'll take a look at the offensive line first, but not really this time, because the first thing that strikes me is watch Jarvis Landry. Watch Jarvis Landry come in motion. He's going to circle around. I'll tell you what this reminds me of. This reminds me of Kansas City. I wish I was on the play clock here. Is there a play clock? 27, 26, plenty of time. Okay. Assuming that's accurate. It's not. They're probably running out of time on the play clock, actually. But, and the reason I know it's not accurate is because when the ball is snapped, it's 9:24 to go in the game, and here they're 20 seconds off. So my gut is they're starting to run out of time or what they more likely doing is they have a camera here, and then they're going to point it down to here. And then they switch to a different camera. That's more likely what's happening. Jarvis Landry, this circling motion, which they do with the wide receiver, is something they do a lot of in Kansas City. And what it is it makes it tough to you're looking in all these different places. Who do I look at? Do I look at the running back? Do I look at the wide receiver? Do I look at the quarterback? Who has the ball? Who's going to be getting the ball? Is this a trick play setup? There's a lot that is going on here. You could go to different color now. You could run the ball. You could throw the ball. You could throw the ball to the swing pass right here. You could do a double pass and a flea flicker. There's a lot that could be happening here. Now, there's one difference that I'm immediately seeing is that in Kansas City, look where the ball snapped. The ball starts moving. You could also hand it off to the wide receiver. Ball starts moving right around here. And Landry's over here. Now, if this was Kansas City, the receiver would probably be about right, maybe right there or right there. Be farther along. So it looks like they're snapping this one a little bit earlier than Kansas City would. And again, that's where I'm wondering if the play clock had an effect. If Baker Mayfield's saying, look, I love to be able to wait for the entirety of this motion, but I don't got the time. Gotta wonder if that was part of the thought process. All right, let's start on the weak side. 11 personnel, 1 running back, 1 tight end. Marlon Humphrey following Jarvis Landry. That means it's man coverage. Pretty much irrelevant for this play. Let's take a step back. Jihad Ward, let's make it slow. He is going to be working against Jack Conklin, kind of taking the edge. You saw Conklin quickly blocking Derek Wolf earlier. Now, Jihad Ward is going to break free. He's going to get up the field and right in front of where Nick Chubb gets taken down. Derek Wolf, he'll be going up against Wyatt Teller. As we got a little bit of time till the snap, so let's skip ahead. Wyatt Teller. Oh, he's pulling. He's pulling. Don't see him do this a lot. He's going to come take on Tyus Bowser, lead the way for Nick Chubb. He's going to, nice cutback. Look at this cutback by Nick Chubb. Dragging defenders. So Teller's going to pull, which is going to leave likely JC Treader to try and take care of. Okay, I still need a... JC Treader's going to try and take care of Derek Wolf on this one. Again, where's this wall? This wall that is being formed here in this... Okay, I need to select it. In this hole, here's this wall. Here's this area of opportunity, which the Browns are trying to use. So J.C. Treader sliding over. He'll try to take care of Derek Wolf. And let's just watch this matchup till the end as Derek Wolf kind of tries to shove free. He does. Now the issue is Jack Conklin's going to try to get out in front, and Wolf's just not going to have a lot of room to work with. A little shove at the end of J.C. Treader. Next man up, though, it's going to be Joe Batonio, and he will be working against Brandon Williams, who is back in, again, part of forming this wall. Williams is going to look how far he takes Williams down the field. Williams, though, he's realizing, oh, I'm actually in a good position right here, until Nick Chubb cuts right behind Batonio, and Williams like, oh, oops. I mean, it's nothing really Williams. I mean, Williams can do a better job against the block, but there's nothing like Williams is going to do because of the positioning. And you can see right over here, Justin Matabike, he's going to be hit by Jedrick Wills, spins back into it, and he's going to come and get a hit and credit for this tackle on Nick Chubb. Good job here by Matabike. Great effort. Let's take a look at David Njoku. Njoku's going to be, like last play, he's going to be part of trying to spring this into the next level. He's going to fake block Bowser. He's going to get into the second. He's going to try to block Patrick Queen. And Njoku is a huge part in springing this, because right here he's going to push Queen just a little bit to the side. Queen gets so close, he gets an arm on him. But it's Njoku who makes Queen only get an arm on him. Great job by Njoku. Coming up big. I mean, the next guy, it's Donovan Peoples-Jones. He'll take on Devontae Harris right here. You see Deshaun Elliott, he's going to be on block. Now Peoples-Jones, he's going to go make a second block. He's going to go take on Deshaun Elliott. Look at this cutback right here. Chuck Clark coming up, Deshaun Elliott coming up. Whole bunch of Ravens there. But great cutback by Nick Chubb. Exactly what, I mean, it's just so hard for defenders. All your momentum, however, 200, 300 pounds going in one direction, all of a sudden realizing, oh, I've got to cut back, and I've got to get back fast. A 6-yard run by Nick Chubb. Let's look at a couple of other things. A couple of things open the hole on this play. I want to watch Wyatt Teller from this angle come on and take Tyus Bowser. This is what's going to open up the hole. He's going to just knock Bowser out of the way, and that's where Nick Chubb's going to go, along with David Njoku. Wyatt Teller or Njoku coming up with some big blocks. Now, as this play, watch Devontae Harris right here. He's not immediately crashing inside like some guys who undisciplined would. He's staying out here. Why? Because his job is to protect the edge. Do not let this play get outside the numbers. That is his job in run defense here, and he does a good job. He stays with it. He knows what his job is. He doesn't try to do too much. It's a good job there. Now, one other guy I like to point out here could be Watch Donovan Peoples-Jones here. Now, Deshaun Elliott has to wait. He doesn't know where the hole is because you see when he's waiting, there's a lot of different places this play could go. The Browns could run it to the outside here. They could cut it back in there. You could run it there. You got a couple of different options, and you see Deshaun Elliott doesn't know where it is. Elliott, he's going to say, okay, I'm going to wait. Feet moving, but I don't know where I'm moving yet. And because of that indecision, because he doesn't yet know where he has to go, that's going to allow Donovan Peoples-Jones to get up in there and get a good block on him. So just an interesting note there. And then just watching just watch how Joe Bitonio just manhandles Brandon Williams. Williams, he's fresh. He's been on the bench. He's not been doing anything in his last couple of plays. Well, he's just getting manhandled 5-6 yards down the field. With that said, let's watch this play one last time. As a 6-yard run, Browns continuing to drive now inside the Ravens' 30-yard line. This is exactly what you want. Nick Chubb, great cutback. Exactly how you want to do it. And that is exactly how the Browns are doing it. In their own stadium, in front of their fans, and having a blast. As we'll head to the next play in Cleveland. As Baker Mayfield, he's going to have Nick Chubb to his left, 11 in personnel, 1 running back, 1 tight end. Nickel defense. Ravens look kind of showing a little bit of blitz up here. They won't bring it. They'll only bring it forwards. Mayfield's going to throw it to the outside in front of Devontae Harris. It's Rashard Higgins is going to pick up 10 and a first down. 10-yard completion right there. Keep on attacking Devontae Harris in this passing game. Let's watch it from this angle before we start to break this down. All right. So much of what this is guessing, and I understand that. And trying to decipher, okay, what do I think is happening on this play, and what do I think the coaches think is happening on this play, and just why am I bringing this up? Because watch right here. We're going to put it in slow-mo. But you'll see on this Ravens sideline, John Harbaugh is going to be irate. He wants something. It's very tough to see what. And I'll show you what I think it is. I think he wanted a penalty, which we'll break down soon. But this is where you start just to be like, okay. He's gesturing to the officials. You see Ty Spouser, you see Pernell McPhee. There are a bunch of guys there saying, hey, we want a penalty here. Where should that penalty have been? Well, my gut, and obviously you never know, but my gut would be if you watch Wyatt Teller right here. And yes, we will. Let's do the offensive line first. Actually, we'll talk about the protection schemes, and we'll start with Wyatt Teller here, number 77. He's going to be working against Justin Madubuike. Watch Wyatt Teller here. Look how his arm's going to slip up around Justin Madubuike's helmet. Right over here. It's tough to tell. Is that maybe they want a holding? But my gut would be it's on Wyatt Teller. But as we continue to break this play down, you'll see. We'll see if there's anything else that looks like it is worthy of a penalty. Let's go next to Jack Conklin, number 78. He's going to take on Jihad Ward. He's going to force Ward to the outside. He's going to win easily. Ball's out of the hand of Mayfield. Good. This is another just a quick release by Baker Mayfield. He knows he might not have a lot of time. There could be the Ravens are blitzing. As we take a look now, J.C. Treader against Brandon Williams. Williams trying to back him down, and going over to help is Joel Bitonio saying, "Okay, you're not going to disrupt this play." Williams got a nice start, but then faltered, and then the double team ended his shots of being a game wrecker. Okay, Matthew Judon dropping, which allows Bitonio to slide Derek Wolfe over to Jedrick Wills. And Wolf's getting a little bit of penetration, but not much. As you see, Wills still matched up with him, Still having good angles against him. Good job there. Matthew Judon dropping all the way back in the middle of the field here, almost in a middle linebacking role. As you see, where's Patrick Queen going? He's following. He's gonna. I mean, it's two different guys in zone here. You got a zone over here, got a zone over here, and look at the space right here for David Njoku. If Baker Mayfield wanted to go there with the ball, let's take a look at what the Browns are doing from an offensive wide receiver standpoint. Donovan Peoples-Jones coming across. Okay, a couple things. I'm seeing a couple of different things happening. Number one, this is what they call the speed out, which is you're just running hard and then you're going to try to angle towards the sideline. So they do a good job running it. Okay, so number one, post. Number two, looks like a little bit of a wider post. And Donovan Peoples-Jones kind of going over there. And when Baker Mayfield's going to throw this ball right over here, who's open? I like this guy right here. I like David Njoku. I don't love an opportunity to throw the ball to the outside. I don't know that it's a terrible shot though. Maybe, I believe it was to Jarvis Landry. It's not impossible. I mean, that's a doable throw. I really like the opportunity to David Njoku right over the middle, but the game plan has been attack Davante Harris, and that is what Baker Mayfield does on this play. If you just watch this route here by Higgins against Davante Harris. Harris backpedaling, and then he's using outside leverage. He's trying to stay to the outside of Higgins, but Higgins is just gonna cut him all the way back to speed out. Now this throw is short. Watch Higgins come in for the ball. Mayfield's got to do a little bit of a better job. Higgins has to come in for the ball, crossing back across the 20. Definitely not what you would love. But hey, it gets the job done. All right. A couple of things. Really just two things I want to take a look at specifically. Just watching Justin Madubuike here. This is just a great job by Justin Madubuike. He's going to immediately get inside, and I don't know if this is a penalty or not. It's hard to tell from this angle. But I wouldn't have been surprised if they called this for a holding. But it's a good job by Madubuike to get that much penetration against a pretty good lineman, Wyatt Teller. The other thing is, and this is more of a technical note, just watch out Jack Conklin right here, after that chip by Njoku on Jihad Ward. Watch how Conklin is going to use his arms to create space, pushing Jihad Ward away. You hear guys being talked about in the draft. Oh, this offensive lineman, this defensive lineman, he's got long arms. This is why Jack Conklin versus Jihad Ward, we'll do it. Watch it one more time right here. He's going to use his arms to create space and all but end Jihad Ward's attempt to rush in, because right here, Jihad Ward's lost all the momentum he got from starting up the field. That's just a great job there by Jack Conklin, using his arms to create space. I mean, that's one of those plays. I mean, as a coach, if I'm trying to teach how to use your arms to create space, this is one of the plays that I'm going to say, okay, this is one of my examples that I bring. So it's a very good job there by Jack Conklin. With that said, let's watch this play one last time. Ball's inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. Could have been a little bit more, maybe down to the 17-yard line. Again, not the greatest of throws. And I will say this for Davante Harris. While he's given up yardage, he's not given up yards after the catch as much. So, a bright spot in what is otherwise not a great job in coverage by Davante Harris. Watching this one last time. And here the Browns go. As when this ball snapped, it'll be 8:09 to go in the ball game. Clock is starting to wind down. Mayfield under center. Hands it off. Nick Chubb. Here he goes. Inside the 10 and down to the 6. A 13-yard run. Deshaun Elliott, Brandon Williams there to make the stop. The Browns rushing attack. They're starting to realize, okay, maybe now going back earlier, and I know this sounds like a tangent, it's not. Going back earlier, we had talked about how the Browns, and this is going back a couple of drives, how the Browns rushing attack looked like it wasn't getting much of anywhere. And so you're going to see here once again, the Browns introducing new styles into their rushing attack, new twists. Two guys are going to pull here. David Njoku is going to pull, and Joel Bitonio is going to pull. So double pulling, just adding a little bit of different blocking schemes. Because if you remember what it used to be all down block, all zone blocking. It would be this, this, this. Whoever's in front of you, you block. Everyone moving this way, and whoever's in front of you, you're just going to say, okay, you'll deal with him. It's adding in a couple of twists here. Is Kevin Stefanski and the Cleveland Browns? Are Kevin Stefanski? I don't know. Probably is because Stefanski is the main person in the sentence. Grammar lesson aside, which is not the purpose of this video. Let's take a look at the nitty-gritty stuff. What's happening here? And let's start on the weak side. Donovan Peoples-Jones. He's going to run up the field. Who is he going after? Maybe trying to get in front of Deshaun Elliott. That's exactly what he's trying to do. He's trying to, and he does. Deshaun Elliott's waiting for the play action because what does Baker Mayfield do? What does he do? Watch Baker. Watch Baker. Watch Baker. Oh, he's going to run to the outside. He's going to fake the naked bootleg. And that's why Donovan Peoples-Jones is going to be able to come up in front of Deshaun Elliott and help get a block on him. So watch Deshaun Elliott until the end, because Deshaun Elliott's going to help make this tackle. Peoples-Jones doesn't really know which way he's blocking, and Elliott at the end. Watch how Nick Chubb is just going to push the pile. He's gets hit up to 10. He's going to get all the way down to the 6-yard line. Good job. Push yards after contact. Next man up, it's going to be David Njoku. He is going to be pulling from left to right. Njoku, he is going to go and take on LJ Fort. And you've seen Njoku cutting back here. Njoku is almost just a little bit confused. I think he was expecting LJ Fort to go and plug the hole over here. But happens to be the Browns created a couple of different holes here. There's a hole here and there's a hole kind of over here, right between these two guys, which is about to develop. And I think Njoku was expecting Fort to be, let's get a different color. He was expecting Fort to be over here, but he's like, oh, you're not. Okay, I'll go over here and make the block wherever you want to be. And that's what he'll do. So he'll just cut back. Thought about sticking to the main hole. You see Chubb, he thought about cutting to the secondary. He was like, no, I'm going to go with my main one. As LJ Fort's just going to shove Njoku to the side. He's going to race down the field. Look how many white jerseys there are around Nick Chubb. Racing to the football. Next man up, Jedrick Wills. Oh, skipped a little bit too far. Jedrick Wills, he's going to go take on Yannick Ngakoue. He's gonna push him wide. He's gonna almost let him push him into Baker Mayfield, saying, "Okay, you're welcome to go there because you're gonna be out of the play, and I'm okay with that." Next man up, J.C. Treader is just gonna. Joel Bitonio's the next man up. Excuse me. Joel Bitonio right here is initially lined up against Derek Wolfe. He's gonna go and cut into this main hole. He's gonna take on Patrick Queen and create this hole. This is the hole where this play is designed to. Nick Chubb thought about running up the middle. It's like, no, I'm gonna go to the designed hole. And Bitonio lets Patrick Queen get off of him. Watch Patrick Queen here. Queen is going to go. He's going to get a shot at him. Not the first, what is it, the second time this drive we've seen Queen have a shot at the ball carrier in the backfield and not be able to bring him down. Albeit both times a very tough shot. Watch J.C. Treader here push Derek Wolfe way out to the side. Good job by J.C. Treader. Now letting Derek Wolfe break free. Now he's going to let Derek Wolfe go to the inside because that's the wrong way, and at this point it won't matter. Next man up, Wyatt Teller, number 77, right guard. Who's he going to go? against. He's going to take on Brandon Williams right here. And he's going to be the other part of creating this hole, using his body. He's letting Brandon Williams go inside. He's saying, okay, you're welcome to go there, because that's not where the play's going. The play's going right to your outside, and you're going the wrong way. Last man to take a look at on the offensive line, Jack Conklin. He is going to be working against Matthew Judon. And Judon's not getting much of anywhere. Remember, Judon's job here. Judon's job is to protect this way. Not let this play get outside. Judon's actually had the advantage there if the play went outside. But he's now going to have to try to come back in. It's pretty much good blocking from Jack Conklin. Every player is accounted for here. This is the way you scheme up the run. Every player is accounted for. In the end, people broke free. But good blocking here from Cleveland. Elliott, Chuck Clark, Williams, Vontae Harris, they're all there to help make the stop on the back end. And you saw earlier, we'll take another look here. Watch Peoples-Jones. He's just going to get caught in the middle after his initial block. All right. One more thing, as we watch Peoples-Jones get caught in the middle, but then one more thing I want to look at before we move on to the next play. Peoples-Jones is like, oh, I'm really in the wrong place right now. Watch Jarvis Landry and Marlon Humphrey. Landry in the slot, Humphrey following him into the slot. That's been pretty much what we've seen a lot of the game. Just watch this matchup right here. Landry's going to try to get inside. Humphrey's going to try to push by him. Almost. And just watch. Keep on fighting. Keep on coming backwards and forwards. Maybe a little bit of a jersey tuck in the back end. Good blocking, though, by Jarvis Landry, delaying Humphrey from coming in until the end. But, hey, when Humphrey gets in there, he got in there at the end and helped finish the tackle. Let's watch this play one last time. As the Browns now, they're going to have the ball at the 6. First down and goal. Next snap, ball will be under halfway through just over halfway through the fourth quarter. Browns are down 6, knocking on the doorstep of 6 pending before the extra point and the opportunity to take a lead, I believe for the first time in this ball game. Great run by Nick Chubb, great blocking, everyone doing their job, exactly how you draw it up. And here come the Browns. Nick Chubb will stay in on this one. He'll be Mayfield going under center, heavy formation. One running back, 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. Nick Chubb, anywhere to go? Nope. Matabike and McPhee there to make the stop for the Ravens defense. A gain of 1 for Chubb. He'll get down to the 5. Look, and a key part of a red zone offense, especially when you're inside the 10, is making sure that if you're not getting yardage, at least if you're not getting a touchdown, at least you're moving closer to the end zone, because that's where it gets easier and easier. I went one play too far. Let it roll just a little bit too much. You want to keep on moving forward, so that's what the Browns will do here. They'll get They'll get a yard on this one. Obviously, you want 6 and a touchdown. Well, they'll have to settle for 1 on this play. Let's take a look at what happened. All right. First thing to take a look at. Again, I like starting on the weak side and making the way over to the, or from the back side and making the way over to where the run is going. So we'll start with Jack Conklin here. He's going to immediately go inside. This is just zone blocking. There is no pulling here. You're going to block who's in front of you, and you're going to do a good job about it. Malik Harrison, he's all the way out to the outside here. Normally he'd be lined up more in the middle. Look how many guys Ravens have in the box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 guys in the box. And Harrison, he's going to be worried about the backside in case there's a naked bootleg. Now Jihad Ward, he's going to come unblocked again. That's been part of what the Browns do in their zone blocking scheme. He's going to try to make his way across. He's going to keep on following. You see Matabike put on a hit. And Ward's like, okay, this play's over. Although he leans in. But we'll take a look at what Jack Conklin does here, because what he does, like it said, zone blocking. You go this way. He's going to come and take on, I believe, Justin Madubuike. As you can let this play actually start. He's going to come try to take on Madubuike, but Madubuike is going to use Brandon Williams as a pick, and he's just going to run right by, pretty much untouched. This is a good job by Madubuike. He uses, watch Brandon Williams here, who's going to be blocked by J.C. Treader. Excuse me, not Brandon Williams, Patrick Queen. And this is where this starts to go wrong. Patrick Queen's going to come in. Wyatt Teller's going to come take him on. Instead of being able to double team Madubuike, they're going to have to take on Patrick Queen. Madubuike uses Queen as a stunt. This is just a great job. Brandon Williams against J.C. Treader. Williams staying out in front. Now he's starting to lose yardage, but now he breaks free at the tail end of the play. Next man up, it's going to be Joe Batonio. He's going to keep on working. He's going to try to get in front of the hole and take on whoever's there, which in this case will be Chuck Clark. That's not a matchup Chuck Clark wants. Clark's just going to almost just get by him at the end. But that's partially because Batonio looking back and saying, oh, this play's dead. Next man up, Jedrick. Well, I'm skipping just a little bit too far. Jedrick Wills. He will be. Who is he going to be going against? Remember, Derek Wolf's still unaccounted for, so maybe we'll see either Njoku go to Wolf. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Njoku's going to go take on Derek Wolf. Let's look at Njoku versus Wolf quickly. And Derek Wolf, he's right there along with Pernell McPhee and Madubuike to make a stop. Interesting how they're focusing the attention to the outside. So you'll see Wills, he's going to go out and block Pernell McPhee and try and be part of creating that hole. But McPhee comes off the block at the last second and helps make the play. All right. Watch. Is this a hold here? On. It's so hard to tell. When I couldn't decide earlier. We'll take a look from over here. If watch it just normal speed here. If there's a hold here on Jedrick Wills versus Pernell McPhee, it's very, very hard to tell. Good job here by the Ravens D-line, not giving up space. Justin Madubuike and Patrick Queen. Was that a design stunt? That's what I'm unsure about. Because if it is, it's a great job. I mean, it's just a great job by Wink Martindale. But it also might have just been innovation. I could really see it going either way. Ravens, a whole bunch of players there around, limiting Nick Chubb to only 1 yard. Great job there. All getting off their blocks much quicker than they had in the previous couple of plays. That's how you got to do it. As we will head to the next play, 2nd down and goal from the 5-yard line. Ravens looking for a defensive stand here, a stand to try to win this game. All kinds of late motion here. That's Kareem Hunt, top of your screen. He's lined up against Malik Harrison. Quick pass to the end zone and complete. David Njoku the target. And this, we're going to hopefully get a very nice vantage point. You see Njoku kind of being blocked by the field goal post for a second. Nope, we're not. This throw definitely too high. And I want to start. We'll start, I guess, with the wide receivers and just the route combos. So let me just see what's going on. This is all vertical stuff. There's a whole lot of vertical stuff here. We got bang, bang, bang. I mean, it's more like this, but whatever. And a little unclear what Kareem Hunt's doing, but then you got a guy going to the flat here. They're going vertical. I think what they're trying to do, and this is exactly what they're trying to do right here, what they end up doing to David Njoku, is Kevin Stefanski saying, okay, I'm going to try to have one of my guys here, and I'm going to look pre-snap. I'm going to have Baker Mayfield identify which matchup do I like best, where do I think is my best matchup. Right here, I think it's Deshaun Elliott versus David Njoku, and I'm just going to throw a jump ball over the top. Because remember, it's pretty much press coverage. Everyone's right up top with their every defender's right by the receiver. So you're basically going to just try to get a little bit of leverage. I would say probably try to get, ideally like to get inside leverage if I'm David Njoku, but he'll go for outside and just do a more prototypical 9 route. outside leverage. No one's really open. You could have gone to Jarvis Landry over the top. And this is one of the plays. This is, I mean, really what you call a fade. But it's one of the stupidest plays you can run. And it also is one of the hardest plays you can run. Look where Baker Mayfield's going to have to try to throw this ball. Won't backpedal to right where he does throw it. It takes incredible touch. When he throws the ball, no one's open, by the way. He could have gone over the top maybe to Landry, but no one is actually open. Because it's a fade, you have to throw the ball immediately. It's a pre-snap read. He knows where he's going immediately. That's where he's going. And, ugh. Just ugh. Look how hard it is to complete this pass. Look how hard it is. Mayfield has to put the ball in the perfect spot. Look where Njoku is when the ball leaves Mayfield's hand. There is a lot of people who I mean, a lot's the wrong word. There are people who very strongly dislike the fade, and it's reasons like this. It is very, very hard to complete. And people sometimes do it, but it's a risky play because let's say you don't know how it's going to turn out. Let's say Deshaun Elliott gets a step back, takes this with his right foot, gets a step, and starts running the route instead of David Njoku. Then it's an interception. Very easily an interception. But that's the play design, right? There's just a lot of room for something to go really, really wrong on this type of play. Not a huge fan. Not a huge fan of the fade. But you having 3 guys run fades. Why? Because you've got 3. Honestly, it might even have been. No, Kareem Hunt's coming across the middle right here in case the fades don't work out. But it's looking pre-snap saying, which matchup do I like best? Where's Devontae Harris? So the Ravens don't have Devontae Harris because it's 12 personnel, 1 running back, 2 tight ends, and base. Look, you like the fact you want to go big. You're going big here. You're not going speedy, right? So you're going to put your pass-catching tight ends in so they can go up and get the ball, and then Browns hope they go base. They put in Devontae Harris. If they don't, okay. We're going to identify the best matchup, and we're going to go and take advantage. And Mayfield doesn't do a good job on this pass. Because look where this pass is going to end up. It's going to be way too high for Njoku. He's going to go up, and Elliott's going to push him at the end. Good job by Elliott to make sure that Njoku doesn't readjust and then come down with the ball off the deflection. Okay. Couple of... Look... And so interesting, another part, we'll to stay with this view for right now. The interesting part of going 5 wide in the red zone is look how spread out this Ravens defense is. Well, that's gonna allow a couple of things. Number one, it's gonna let guys work in space here, right? You're not gonna have a second defender really be able to help out with Njoku. A second defender can't help with Harrison Bryant. A second defender can't help with Jarvis Landry. A second defender can't help with Kareem Hunt. And a second defender cannot help with whoever this is. That would be probably Rashard Higgins. Yeah. So that's a nice advantage of spreading it out here. A couple of interesting pieces here for this Ravens defense. Matthew Judon and Patrick Queen both dropping. Kind of wonder if they're a little bit concerned about... one is going to definitely... I've got to think Patrick Queen's just going to try to take the middle here. Middle linebacker zone. Maybe Judon's playing quarterback spy, worried about Baker Mayfield taking off and running. Maybe they're both doing that. Maybe they're both saying, okay, week one saying we'll have a guy here, we'll have a guy here. And one of you will do a good enough job and be available to us in case Mayfield decides to take off and run. Watch Mayfield's feet on this. I did not. He's going to almost have to jump. He almost jumps up to throw this. What in the world? I realize he threw the ball quickly. But I think he wants to... Look how low he's throwing it. He's not throwing a high pass. I think he's jumping up just to get a little bit of a better angle. Maybe I'm overanalyzing the throwing mechanics. I don't know. Let's take a look at the pressure. Derek Wolfe, Jack Conklin, nothing there. Justin Madubuike versus Wyatt Teller. Nothing there. Okay, the ball's out of his hands out of Mayfield's hands very quickly. And Brandon Williams against J.C. Treader. I'm not seeing anything. You see 3 versus 2 over here. Jahad Ward not getting anything. There's just no pressure here by the Ravens. So we'll watch this play one more time. This is the fade. This is something I don't like. And look, it's just I like to. Yeah, Mayfield's doing this jumping thing when he's throwing the ball. There's something weird mechanically. You can take another look as we watch this play for the last time. But from a mechanical standpoint, there is definitely something weird by Baker Mayfield because you shouldn't be jumping as you throw this. My gut would be that he's trying to get a different angle, but that's just weird. You just don't do that. Bad mechanic. I mean, I'm sure Mayfield has a reason, and I think it's something to do with the angle of the throw, but it's just weird. All right, Kareem Hunt in the game here. Once again, Mayfield looking. Does he have anywhere? No, he's going to take off and run outside the numbers. He is in, sliding in, spike the ball. Rashard Higgins will catch it off the wall. They don't call him wide receivers for nothing. Their job is to catch the ball, and he'll do it off the deflection, off the facade. Reminds me of the Lamar Jackson celebration, where he caught the ball, and then after he spiked it into there, and then then Jackson punted it to himself again. Oh, no, come on. Nope, I let it get a little bit too far. So, let's head back. All right. One running back, 2 tight ends, base personnel. What that does is it's going to make the Ravens think, okay, where are you going here? How do you want to attack us? You can run the ball, you throw the ball. It's 3rd down and goal. It's definitely 4-down territory here. So it's not impossible that they would try to run the ball and try to get halfway and then do it again. We'll see, but they're going to throw the ball here. No play action. Let's take a look at the route concepts. There's just no one open here. It's actually hard to tell what the route concepts are. You've got to wonder if they're trying to do a check down or something, or quarterback. You think quarterback draw? No, I don't. I think what the Ravens are doing right here is they're getting, look, every one of the Ravens defenders has hands on their defender within 5 yards. They're rerouting them. Landry's going to come across the middle at the end. It's hard to tell what they were doing. Maybe they were trying to do fades again. I don't know. I mean, Njoku's definitely running a fade right here. But it's very much about getting up and Ravens just getting hands. You have a 5-yard cushion, and I'll highlight this cushion area. NBC does it. This area right here, where you can do whatever you want to a receiver, pretty within reason, I guess I should say. But you're allowed to hit him. You can do whatever you want. Ignore that part out wide into the end zone. But until the end zone, you can do whatever you want to your receiver. And the Ravens, what they'll do here is they're just going to all hit him. They're going to all hit him in that area, reroute him. And it's just a good job there by the Ravens defense from a secondary perspective. Now the issue comes when we take a look at the line here, because motioning Kareem Hunt. Here we go. We'll start right here. Malik Harrison coming on a blitz, and he will just stand there. He's just standing there. What's he doing? What's Malik Harrison doing here? I don't 100% get it. Does it look this weird on the top down motion? And I'll let it play normally. Watch Malik Harrison right here. Yeah, he just stops. And I think this is because Mayfield's just going to kind of look pretty much just looks right at him. So he's going to stop and think, and this is a rookie. Malik Harrison is a rookie. And he overthought this one. Mayfield freezing him with a look. And that gives Mayfield just enough time, as we'll take a look at the next guy, which is Yannick Ngakoue. He'll work against Jedrick Wills. Wills is going to shove him out to the outside. Kareem Hunt's going to go help out. Pump fake by, a couple people go in the air. Matabike will, Harrison will on this pump fake by Baker Mayfield. As you see Batonio and Matabike go at it. Matabike going up, trying to block it once, twice. And Mayfield's going to use the pump fake just to gain a little bit of time. We'll take a look at that momentarily. Brandon Williams, he'll be working against J.C. Treader. He's going to try just to back him down. A bull rush, and it is working until right there. He drops the anchor, I should say. drops the ankle, which is the anchor. And Williams getting some pass rush pressure. Derek Wolfe will work against Wyatt Teller. Matthew Judon against Jack Conklin. Watch out wide. Judon goes. Derek Wolfe will be pushed to the outside as well. Judon's very, very wide. And now let's watch Baker Mayfield. Because when everyone's right next to him, he's going to start being chased. Derek Wolfe started going back up the middle. And why does the Wolf start going back up the middle, actually? He's going to, I guess he was worried about a run right up. He was worried about the run right up the middle. And Mayfield instead decides to run to the outside and leverage. Basic leverage right here, and that's what he's going to do. Ngakoue and Judon going very wide. I mean, this is a great play by the Ravens in the secondary. Not a great play on the line. And what it comes down to is it's just undisciplined football. It's not gap control. You've got to play the gaps right over here. When you're rushing the passer, everyone's got to stay in their lane. And there are a couple of reasons why people who don't. Oh my gosh, I'm going to need to make that a little bit smaller. He's too wide. He's too wide. He's out of position. Harrison doesn't do anything. Williams is actually in a decent place, but all it really needed was for right over there, Derek Wolfe, just to hold his ground just a little bit better. He doesn't, as we'll watch this play for the last time. Browns, though, tying this game up exactly what they needed. Baker Mayfield, nothing was there. He made it happen. Great job by Baker Mayfield. 34-all. And, it's just Derek Wolfe just a little bit out of position. Matthew Judon a little bit too wide. Malik Harrison's caught in the Mayfield's glance. And here go the Browns to try and take the lead. 6:29 to go in the ball game. And we're going to have a penalty come in here for delay of game. The Browns celebrated for too long between the plays. I mean, what a comeback. They were down 14 points a couple of times in this game. And they just kept on fighting, kept on coming back. Great job by the Cleveland Browns. As we have to watch this just a little bit longer. And here comes the real point. It's a little longer, so it's instead of a 32-yard try, is now a 37-yard try. Charlie Hewlett, the long snapper. Jamie Gillen, the holder. Cody Parkey, the kicker. And the kick is good. 12 plays, 70 yards, 6:13 off the clock. 5 passing plays, 7 running plays. Pretty balanced drive here. One thing to look at. Watch Marlon Humphrey versus Kendall Lamb right here. Ooh, look how Humphrey just runs right by him. One last time. And the Browns are up now 35-34. 6.5 to go in Cleveland. Browns, can they actually pull this off? How nuts would that be as they are now in front? Ravens, Lamar Jackson, he's still in the locker room. How can the Ravens answer offensively after the defense couldn't come up? They've been on the field a long time, and the second half has the Ravens defense. And we will answer that story and that question when we continue with the next episode of this series. And before we do that, make sure you check out all the previous episodes. Whether that be on Sportscaster or YouTube, sportscastr.com, username YosefM613. Check out all of my videos there. Check out my podcast, Sports with Yosef. It's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your podcast. That's Sports with Yosef. Check that out. Check out all my articles for Flurry Sports, Rocky, and Meisty. Wrote for a whole bunch of sites in the past where you can check out those past articles on my website, YosefM613.com. In the articles tab, and you can also subscribe on the homepage to get email updates every time I post new content, YosefM613.com. If you're on Twitter, I'd really appreciate it if you could give me a follow at YosefM613. All right, Browns, they finished their march down the field, their march to the lead, and now it is on their defense, and the onus is on the Ravens offense minus Lamar Jackson. How important is Lamar Jackson to the Ravens offense? Remember, they went 3-and-out last time. And remember, this is also a really bad Cleveland defense. How will Trace McSorley do? We'll answer that question when we come back. Thanks for watching. I'm Yosef Messinter. Have a great day.